that would make a lot more sense. 2-0? No way.
Everyone was stunned with that victory, and everyone thinks that that's the momentum that they need to make it through to the next stages here in the knockouts. So let's take a look at the drafting phase now as we get to game number 1. We're seeing the Guinevere being banned out. We're seeing Freya. Yves gets eliminated, and as well as the Paquito.
Okay, I'm liking it so far because that only leaves for the EXP the big generals of the Phoveus alongside with the Esmeralda. Again, both situational. Now that the nerfs have started to come through, but Esme has been in a pretty interesting spot. I would like to see whether somebody has come up with an answer to the Esme in lane and not in team fights. We all know how to deal with her in team fights. Just gotta keep on kiting her, gotta space her out.
What was the counter to Esmeralda back in the day?
Oh, so many, like the Dyroth, you had the Alpha.
Dyroth.
Yeah, there's so many lane bullies.
Do you think there's space for a Dyroth? Okay, you know what? Sometimes when it's a good counter in lane, it is not worth to go for. And that's something we learned between Leslie and Claude yesterday.
Yeah. Just because you can make it doesn't mean you have to. You gotta kind of space it out. Baxia, the follow-up band here alongside with the Matilda, leaving Marcel wide open. And now we're seeing completely different from what we saw earlier today, right? From big openings of focusing more on the Atlas, leaving the Freya open. It really goes to show that there is a wide varying hero pool that isn't standardized amongst each of the teams and regions.
I really like that you mentioned that because just yesterday we saw that Team Falcons MENA actually brought in a Carmilla jungle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of bans yesterday against the Carmilla, and I was like, why did they go for Carmilla bans? And then I hop over to Stream B and I see a Carmilla in the jungle. And I was like, is this what they're scrimming with right now?
Who's giving them these ideas and who's letting them think that this is right? But yet, they still are able to find these games. Hilda, an early call as an easy answer to Marcel. Marcel wants to go in and out. Hilda says, I'm gonna stick to you like glue and I'm gonna hurt you while you do it.
Also a very strong showing with the Claude early pick as well. We do usually see the carry being picked up after, but we do see that Falcons MENA want to secure a strong lane of their own, right? They have the Esmeralda, very quick in. If they still want to secure maybe like a 50-50 lane, they do still have the option to go for Harith, so perhaps the mid lane priority pick was a more decisive decision there. They pick up the Lilia first in the first phase.
Yep, they want to make sure that their mid trio is going to be decently strong. They're going to save their jungler for later, and I think the Esmeralda is very, very safe now, but it kind of depends when we see the turnaround. Do they want to reveal where the Hilda is going to go by showing who's going to be the EXP, or are they just going to keep her as a flex?
That's true. Hilda can be flexed into the EXP lane. I thought it would be like a sure answer. I mean, technically we aren't on dangerous grass, so
also
it doesn't really warrant that. It has to go into the roaming position. Expanding rivers would also allow the Hilda to rotate a lot quicker around the map, so that's definitely something that we should still keep an eye out for. But insta-pick there, the Valier goes in 50-50 against the Lilia. Valier is not the best hero for clear.
Yeah, it's not the best hero for clear, but he is the greatest hero at ruining a support's day. Try and engage. Try it again. Oh no, you're stunned. Oh no, you're trying to engage. I'm gonna push you away and then we're gonna do this all over again. It's a really frustrating hero, especially if you have no easy way to gap close against your opponent. And even then, you better have two options of gap closing, because that Searing Torrent is ridiculous.
I could have sworn you were gonna say gaslighting.
I thought about it for a moment, but hey, look, maybe that... Did I say it?
It's happening! Are you Mirko?
You like that? All right, now, second half of it is where it gets a little tough. Because I feel like Galaxy... Whoa! Getting rid of some of the favorites here.
Yeah, Carmilla instantly banned out there in the second phase. Galaxy have done their homework. But I thought that perhaps because they picked up something like the Valier, they wouldn't mind a Carmilla in the jungle.
Well, then it would mean that taking, quote-unquote, having a Purify, inbuilt Purify, is useful. But I guess this also means, like, Galaxy Phoenix want a team fight to some degree. I don't know to what degree. I don't know whether or not it's a full dive composition and that Valier is going to be the dedicated anchor. But since Yuzong is already banned as well, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, how would they go about it if they don't have the Yuzong? Do they have to go for like a Uranus of the worlds?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, the Uranus isn't the worst option, but at the same time, that means that the unfortunate truth would be that their jungler would need a scale. So in terms of just raw scaling, they need a secondary win condition. And I don't see it just yet. They can just play for one win condition, but we've seen how that turns out in these games.
Too many eggs in one basket. It's tricky, very 50-50. They need to be able to execute it precisely if that's the exact game plan that they're going for. Taking a look at the history of Galaxy Phoenix, we've only seen Fa on the Guinevere. So it's also homework being done by Falcons as they have actually already banned her out. And Hirara goes out the window as well. So it's starting to really push down into the hero pool of Fa.
Yeah, so what do they need here? It's either they say, you know what, we're only going to play for the earlier stages of the game, or we're going to look to contest, or we're going to team fight. And it looks like they're leaning into the direction of team fighting because they haven't still yet shown who's going to go into that jungle.
And they pick up the Sora to boot. We've seen what the Sora has been able to do so far today, especially now that we do see the Esmeralda has already been secured by Team Falcons MENA. So there's no room for like a sneaky Valentina pick in the EXP lane. So they're really just gonna have to battle that out. And I feel like Sora in these particular team fights sometimes has an advantage depending on the timings of the skill usage.
I totally agree with that, especially when you're facing off a Lilia. When you see these strong engage tools, you have to take the right battle spells. Flickers could be good, but at the same time, can you react fast enough compared to a Purify? I don't think so.
That's a big problem. So now we're waiting on the last two picks here for Team Falcons MENA. They need a jungle as well. They go for the Clint. This is a signature pick for names, by the way. And the Fanny!
Oh, this is dirty. This is really, really dirty. Number one, there's not much of an answer to the Fanny at this point of time. The Cloud Shift is good at catching her, but if you can time it perfectly. The Searing Torrents is something that Fanny can force out of Sophia very early on, and there's no real running away. This Hilda has a lot of work to do in front of her.
Show jungle.
Show jungle?
Show jungle.
I think it might just have to be a tank jungle, unfortunately, but then that means all the damage would be on one guy, so they go for Link to scale!
They're fighting fire with fire! This is such an exciting matchup, a matchup that we haven't seen in so long.
What is it? How long has it been? Like
years. It's been years, Gideon.
It's been 3 years, exactly.
Wow.
Well, not only was our hero pick historic, bringing old memories back, but both teams again are going for history themselves, trying to reach the knockout stage, trying to better their region than 5th through 8th. Can they do it? This is just one of those very steps. It's Galaxy Phoenix versus Team Falcons MENA. Mirko, Athena, take it away.
A big thank you to the panel, but also to both the teams. Galaxy Phoenix, Falcons MENA, thank you for bringing us out of that tank meta. Yes, the Fanny and the Link. Yo, I'm excited, Athena.
Look at that. Our wishes have finally been answered and on our upper bracket semifinals matchup. Now I'm excited to see what Falcons MENA has to offer with Nana's Fanny.
Nana's Fanny or Fuzz Link.
Fuzz Link, yeah. Vice versa, right? And it's interesting to see it in a world full of jungler when it comes to the utility, but early skirmish here on the mid lane, forcing out the flicker out of Syrinx.
Yeah, we've just been seeing this so much, man. Bargain Hunters on a lot of the mid laners. This time, even on the Valir. Sophia's gone over for the... That's interesting. Wait a second. Winnie's gone for the Festival of Blood and Vitality as well. Talk about playing it extra safe against already a lane bully in names and the Fanny in the enemy lineup. It makes a lot of sense. This is some good emblem choices from GXP.
Yep, sometimes you just have to get that extra layer of protection just so you could ensure that you would not be bullied here, especially on the gold laners for GXP. Now, talking about Falcons MENA right now, we see some potential great simultaneous connections here, especially with the Marcel being picked up for the roam. Although there were some changes when it comes to the first and second skill as all. But now Nucci and Syrinx be forced on a corner, but still Nana getting a clutch first blood out of Sophia.
Something you're going to have to take into account every time you go for any 2v2s or 1v1s across these lanes. The fact that Nana can just walk up.
Oh, that is exactly what she's doing. Then Fa is forced out of her Tempest of Blades, going for the direct answer. Strix immediately falls down. What a show match of our junglers right now.
1-1 for the junglers picking up kills. Nana.
Okay, it's Lemma falling down hard. But still, ensure safe escape right now for GXP. Now, Nana safely transitions onto taking the neutral objective. She decides here for Ling. Nocturne trying to find a way out to protect Nana from impending danger. Fa finds Nana, following closely behind. It's Sophia getting the last bits of the hit. Nocturne with an answer right back. Syrinx with multiple groups on the way will ensure another double. And Syrinx onto Lemma, following closely behind. This might be another kill on the hands of Falcon MENA. Yes, indeed, they're committing. Even the Falling Star Moon was actually activated, but now, okay, plan B, focus on the neutral objective.
Falcons MENA, after a crazy skirmish where they got both Lings, they went for the turtle straight up. Objective conversion on the board. That's turtle number 1. I thought with a Ling and a Fanny in our game, we wouldn't be seeing a lot of neutral objective control. More on the battle for purple buffs. I thought that was the real neutral objective in this game, but so far it's been brawls across the map. Gonna have to say though, even though it's a Fanny versus Ling, it's the others who've stepped up massively. Syrinx, great rotation. Sophia as well to start things off, pushing Nana away from the first turtle attempt from Falcons MENA. But now it goes back to the slow game. I think for Falcons MENA, they gotta look at the other side of the map. Yes, they can play around those neutral objectives, but there's a big winning lane down below. A winning lane so dominant that it forced Winnie to go for Vitality and Festival of Blood. And you can already see how much respect Winnie has placed on names here down below. The whole team rotating down. They're really trying to choke Winnie out of this gold lane.
And that's the thing, you have to capitalize on where you're good at, especially onto lane-to-lane comparison to the gold lanes.
Okay.
But now they focus onto the roamer still. It's Lemma having the hardest time of her life ever. Game number 1, immediate takedown onto Sophia with that assist here. They want to go for the trade-off. Even the Red V was activated to ensure a kill immediately. Nana and Nucci hot on their tails. What a great answer right back. Now focusing onto the bottom side, it's just Winnie trying to survive the first few minutes of this game and falling closely behind. There are non-stop MLBB actions right now. Nana's solo kill onto Ling as well.
Wow. Lil up top. So much action. 6-3. We got 9 kills in the first 4 minutes of the game. And it's only as expected for an assassin versus assassin matchup. Nana now playing around the purple buff.
Now is the time that we see kind of a neutral objective take here onto the purple buff. Okay, there's going to be golden R, but they do not commit at all to ensuring a kill. But names on the other hand, that is quite the hefty advantage that she got there solo.
And now it's a turtle take. Slow but sure. Falcons MENA send Nocturne over to hold the turtle while Nana gets on the purple buff. Ling though.
Okay, Falling Starman right on track, but Ling risk it all. But that is just too much to handle. It's 4 women targeting her alone. Nana forced to back away, but she will be getting right back on track. It's Winnie and Fa ensuring the turtle take, and Nucci falling down fast, still alive and kicking. And it's Syrinx with a clutch black shoes, trying to force her way onto a kill. Too much things happening at once here. No can do now for numerous objective takes here for GXP.
It's just all about distractions, all about who can play the chaotic game better. Galaxy Phoenix, it looked like they were tracking behind, trailing behind in the first few minutes of the game, but here you can already see how that chaotic nature from Ling, holding that side lane, going into names, forcing the flicker out and the whole team to peel for her. Got the space for the rest of the team for Fa, Sophia, and Lemma to control the neutral objective now. Gold Crab still taken by names, and look at the trade up top. Both Lings rotating towards the top side of the map. Nana versus Fa.
Okay, 1-on-1. Will she be committing onto that? But before all of that, it's Nocturne caught on a very great vantage point on the win. She will be backing away. Lemma taking it safely.
Sophia
Disengaging. Sophia, on the other hand, just goes in with a Cyclone Eye. Clear advantage on to Falcons MENA right now.
This is the moment, I'd say, for Galaxy Phoenix to try to look for those purple buff takes away from Falcons MENA, but it just seems like Boss is taking a safe route. Doesn't want to go over to enemy purple buff despite the Fanny already seen up top. Nana's getting the job done. Ling!
Okay, Fa with a blades here. Going with a double. A killing spree on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, it's Phoenix being taken out in the process there onto the top lane. immediate cross-map trades here for full Falcons and Galaxy.
That's all without a purple buff. Nana has gotten a turret and a kill on the Claude with no purple buff. Purple buff still up and available. She's waiting for it to be closer for the turtle to spawn before she actually takes it. So this is a prime time for Falcons MENA to fight now. Nana got purple, Turtle's up in 2, and Foz purple is going to be out just in a bit. Lemma targeted down again. They're trying to bait out the flicker right before the skirmish, and it just seems like for Galaxy Phoenix, they just can't stack up together just yet.
Yep.
The Claude's still up top, playing weak side. Sophia, Lemma, and Ling trying to find an opening for Fa.
Okay, there's going to be a frame moment. Ling will be able to dodge out of her way in danger here from Falcons MENA. Nana will still be successfully taking down the initial objective. Surprisingly so, she can do a lot even without the purple that you mentioned. And even though some may consider it a necessity, it's like just an option for her. She just wants those kills rolling over here for Falcons MENA.
Remember, as the panel mentioned, Galaxy Phoenix can just play the scaling game. They have a very good scaling composition. Sophia, though.
Okay, jumping in here is Nocturne. Sophia
Whoa!
was able to get away. But a clutch movement here from Nucci. Nana from the back will get a kill onto Sophia. Winning with an opening, blazing duet, opening up doors here for GXP. But Nana is still alive, ensuring a double. But there's a double here for GXP. That's 4 women down for the side of Falcons MENA. That is a tough advantage that GXP got.
Look at the instant objective conversion. Nana trying to defend.
Okay, it's Lemma saying bye here to Nana. But still, it's all about prevention, preventing the mid lane turret from being destroyed by GXP. But Fa will be able to get another turret down onto the bottom side.
The instant objective conversion, another fight in the mid lane, and this time they play it perfectly. Nana on the fanny has been the one to initiate a lot of these fights, going in first, trying to deal damage to the rest of the team to follow it through. But Fa playing like a true assassin, coming in late.
Okay, this is the tricky thing. She has the skills to actually go out of her way to get a kill of all people. And Suring's falling down. GXP, what a great move, ensuring the most crucial take-off. In fact, got a very assassin moves right there.
That's exactly what you want from your assassin.
Wow.
Foz just moving across the map, taking Syrinx down, and then instantly getting away. I thought Nana had the cutthroat to take her down, but no. Foz been clinical on this Ling after that first death. Never again. She's learned from that moment. Now the purple buff up again for both of the junglers. Nana has it already. Foz a level ahead of Nana, and they're gonna go for the far lane first. They're gonna have that control over this lane. Let's see how they play it. Is it the Lord Dance or is it a straight blitz to a team fight?
Okay, it's all about the macro and micro movement here. Nana risking it all. Sophia still survives. It's Lemma shutting down Nana. Golden are on the mid lane. Winning gets the opening with a blazing duet. Fa with a godlike kill. Numerous members down, making it a triple kill for Fa. And GXP taking down 4 members yet again from Falcons MENA.
If there were people who didn't catch Stream B and were asking the question, how did Na'Vi get sent down to the lower brackets? Now you know, Galaxy Phoenix are here, and they're here to conquer it all. Falcons MENA down by 4,000 gold. Galaxy Phoenix are taking away the purple buff for the first time now. Nana won't have her purple buff. Tier 2 up top, falling down. Tier 1 in the mid lane. It's all the map control already given over to Galaxy Phoenix as now they continue to push on the pace.
Yep. Jungle is now compromised for the whole Falcons MENA. Now, Lemma is also a menace when it comes to the life here for Nana. The first concern was that maybe no one from GXP could keep a Fanny at bay, but now it's all possible. They've got an advantage, they've got the numbers, and now they also got turrets falling down against Falcons MENA.
Now 5,000 gold lead for Galaxy Phoenix. The orange buff take, the purple buff was already stolen away. Now it's Fa with the purple buff in her own jungle. Let's see what they can do with this. They played the Lord really well. They delayed the push up top, waited for a build up on the waves. Now they have 3 to play with. Fa's gonna go in onto Nana. Final tier 2 in the mid lane falling. They still have a Lord, but Holy Shields should delay this push by quite a bit.
Okay. Fa is ready to rumble if ever Nana commits to it. Nana falls down here hard. She has to back away. That's a great disadvantage. without any purple buff, she can do longer team fights onto GXP, and now that is the next course of action. They have to level it out against GXP. But Fa right now targeting Nocturne, half an HP left. Purple is up, but they're risking it all. Golden R will hit or miss some of the members here for GXP. Fa on their back lanes. The Events of Blaze activated as well. Series falling down as well in the process. Fa has this wonderful way onto actually taking down Series over and over again without missing a bit.
And there's just not enough damage from Falcons MENA to get the respect out of Galaxy Phoenix. They can do whatever they want. They can walk up, they can just dive in, especially with Ling on this Sora. Winnie is taking a ton of damage in the mid lane, but it doesn't even matter. Just walks away as Fa sieges down this turret down below. And with the First Lord, they've gone both mid and bot to a quarter of HP. That'll make things a heck of a lot easier as they wait for Lord number 2. Nana's doing a good job. Notice everybody on this other side of the map, so she goes for the counter jungle and takes something back for herself.
It's all about improvising. Yeah, your jungle is compromised, but all you can do for now is go for the sneaky movements around the map and go for the best course of action, which is to push out other lanes across the map here against GXP. Now, Lord will be up for grabs. Will we be seeing longer Lord dances around this one? Is MENA or Falcons MENA willing to risk it? Now that GXP yet again, they're having the control over the map, and it's Nana yet again being the person to actually push through and interrupt the plan for Fa.
This is scary. Fa knows there's no purple buff just yet on the hands of Nana.
Yep. Okay, that's kind of scary here for Nucci.
1v1 up
Because
top.
that is a very crucial play. If ever Golden Or will catch no one at all, instead it catches her. Falcons MENA right now is slowly crumbling down. It's fine, ensuring the Lord take. They could follow through for another kill. And that's 2 members immediately down for Falcons MENA.
And it's through not just playing the far lane, but playing the purple buff. She just waits around the purple buff, makes Nana sweat. Once Nana hesitates just a bit, Fa takes the route into the Lord that was already so low from the rest of the members holding it down. We have the damage out rankings and Names is number 1, but we have to take a look at the damage allocation. A lot of times, Names is just playing front to back. She's dealing a lot of damage, but it's to the main frontliners of GXP. Winnie, Sophia, even Fa, they've been safe, coming in late or even playing far back. Lord taking a tier, base turret down, and it's the bottom turret to fall next.
Okay, it's all about where your bullets are hitting, because right now for GXP, it's all hitting onto the right marks here for Falcons MENA. Attempting to play that again for Fa, targeting Names and Nucci from the back. She has to back away. Nana chasing out there, but still it's Winnie ensuring a double kill. They're taking too much time out to chasing Fa that they forgot they have to defend for their base. Winnie clearing off the last bits of the minion wave here for Falcons MENA. Nana as well. They have to prolong this one, but GXP, they just want to finish this, get it over with, and it looks like game number 1 will be going onto their side.
A solid 31 kills in game number 1 of our last series of the day here in Stream A, and my goodness, did it live up to our expectations. Ling versus Fanny, at this point, it raised the bar for the competition. If you don't have 31 kills at 11 minutes for an assassin versus assassin, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, this might be one of my favorite matchups so far for MWI.
It's exciting, for sure.
And it's just day number 2.
And I think it raised a lot of the doubts that people had on Galaxy Phoenix yesterday, right? We saw it in Stream B, but a lot of people were tuning into Stream A thinking, okay, maybe it was a fluke win against one of the Titans in MWI, but I think with this performance, it's a statement victory to the world that the other teams are certainly catching up, and Cambodian MLBB looks like it's at the top with Galaxy Phoenix.
Is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Well, based off the pick and bans, we knew it was going to be exciting, and it absolutely was. Galaxy Phoenix takes map number 1. Can they close it out in a 2-0 like everyone has done so far in the past 2 days on our stage? You guys were going crazy watching that matchup, much like the commentators were, for good reason. Tanks, they're out. Assassins are in. Gideon, what does that mean for our tournament?
It means that this tournament might be super exciting now, because the day when Assassins come back in and the tanks start washing out, you get games like that. High KDAs, high intensities. Every moment cannot be wasted. Every second counts in moments like these. That's why that game was just so exciting.
And becoming a color caster, so much easier.
Fair enough. Assassins. 31 kills in 11 minutes. Let's see if any of the moments from those kills were actually in this big moment from that game number 1, because from what I was hearing, man, it was Ling versus Fanny the entire time. Pha was also getting a ton of attention, right? Plenty of just exciting electric moments from the Assassins. But we knew coming into this, the new meta would bring potentially that conversation. Ladies have been a bit slow in order to develop that, and I understand that coming into this tournament, you want to go with your comfort picks. But getting deeper into the tournament, especially if you want to beat the high-level opponents you have to play against, you've got to risk it all and go for gold. And that's exactly what they're doing. You also shouted out names at the beginning, too. Let's see what, or let's hear from you, I guess, one of biggest supporter of names and how she did.
No matter what happens, you guys are still my GOATs. I want to make that very, very clear. But I have to say that when it came down to the in-game execution, it felt like they were kind of outclassed. You can see it from even these highlights. The beginning of the match, oh, the Ling was just so well done. And we were talking about the drafts on how they really set up so well for the Fanny. But on the other side, they were also unprepared if the enemy picked up an assassin. And this Ling was just everywhere around the map. There was no way to shut him down.
Yeah, just the mechanical prowess of this team is ridiculous. We saw the hand cam of Pha just now, and she's using the traditional, you know, forefinger and thumbs, not going for the spider 6-finger activations, and still was able to precisely pick up every single one of her swords. Most people can't even get all 4.
Yeah, honestly, mobile gamers are just insane to me with how many fingers you're able to put on there. I've seen one player use 8 fingers, which is crazy, to say the least. But 4, 6, however you get it done, either way, she was doing it well. We got even a little bit of dancing on stage, of course, as Galaxy Phoenix and Falcons will take over map number 2. But seriously, the Assassins making things exciting overall speeds things up a lot. I mean, again, we mentioned that from the new meta, things would be sped up. I mean, 31 kills in 11 minutes. I mean, how extraordinary is that?
It's huge. It's huge. We haven't seen it in a very, very long time. 11 to 20 maybe would warrant maybe a 30-minute game maybe, or like a late 20-minute game, but only a 50-minute game with that many kills on the board. It's already so special.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, right, because as many kills as she was able to put on the board, it's a contribution of the entire team. The Assassin isn't there to just wipe out every single person. You're specifically wiping out the low targets on the team. You play as cleanup, and if you're lucky, you find a priority target that you could 100-0.
Which is what was so differing about the gameplay between Nana and Pha, right? We saw Pha coming in the later portions of the team fights, understanding that everyone else on the team could get them a bit low. But for Nana, it was a lot more trickier, because it seems like in her gameplay, she went in for the initiations a lot of the time, and unfortunately, there were moments where she got caught by the Sora.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the truth of the matchup between the Fanny alongside with the Ling. Ling can clean up, Fanny can clean up, but the difference in scaling, Ling does much better in the later stages of the game with the items that he's able to purchase. Fanny, really, really good in the early stages. Like, under turret, you are not safe.
Pha getting a lot of love in the chat, by the way. The stage is on. We saw you out there, Rico. It's so refreshing to watch, okay? Ling and Fanny. And that echoes the sentiment of what you're saying, right? It's nice to see the Assassins come out, see the high-octane play, see the fast action. This new meta, that's what it brought.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think
Much fun.
we've talked about it. The casters were also talking heavily about it, and hopefully coming to this next match, we'll see another Assassin v Assassin. But usually when we do see the first matchup be an Assassin v Assassin, game number 2, sometimes they resort back to safety. They resort back to
That's right.
the tank jungle.
Well, hey, I tell you what, even though the ladies on stage are vicious, they had a little bit of fun with Don't Touch the Hero.
Today we're going to be playing Don't Touch the Hero. Are you girls ready?
Yeah. No.
Aurora, Sora, Lilia, Freya, Lilia, Aurora,
Oh, hell.
Freya, Aurora, Sora, Lilia, Lilia.
At this point, I'm just copying your moves. Oh my god. It's fine. Okay.
Well, that was entertaining, and it takes at least a little bit of the pressure off that main stage or the MWI. How do you think you two would do in it?
Amazing. I do amazing.
Okay, pure confidence, Gideon.
I think I would have simulated that handshake as well of like,
Hey, that's what I did in Wild Cards. We don't talk about it.
Look, it's tough. It's tough, and I have to admit that these girls are doing a very good job because
they
I
are.
would have absolutely ruined myself. Sora, okay, Sora. Oh no, I'm not supposed to do that.
I think you would have done well, though, posing for the Eiffel Tower on the green screen. Let's head back to the stage, though, because it's time to get things started once again between these two great teams. Now, going back into game number 2, do we stick with the fresh meta, right? Do we continue to try it? Obviously, for the side of Galaxy Phoenix, why not? I mean, they were dominant. They ended up winning. For Team Falcons MENA, though, do we go back to the bread and butter? Would that even work against the Assassin Comp?
Personally, I think yes, it does work very, very well. There was a reason why the meta always revolves around these 3 things. If tanks are in the jungle, assassins are out, then fighters need to come in to deal with the tanks. Then once the fighters become the main meta, the assassins come back because the fighters can't keep up with the assassins. It's this nasty little trifecta that always happens every single patch.
Every patch indeed. And for Falcons MENA, how do they deal with Fa? I mean, Fa was on fire the entire time, repping Claude. What's the counter to that?
I think that's a really good question because come game number 1, we saw that they actually respected Fa by taking away the Guinevere. And they're going to do the exact same thing actually as we get into the drafts here for game number 2. But would it warrant another Ling ban in the second game?
No, I think let the Ling through. I really think that you have to tell your laners, you know what? You got to trust in the mid trio to make sure that Ling doesn't have as much impact. A lot of these assassin or purple buff assassins are dependent of, by the category of the name, the purple buff. When you have strong side on the correct side, if you are on blue, you want your EXP alongside, oh wait, sorry, if you're on blue, you want your gold alongside with your mid to be strong so you can instantly invade and steal away that purple buff. Once they have no purple buff, there's a lot more downtime where you can breathe and actually farm.
And it's funny that we were actually talking about this before the broadcast even begun, unknowing that the Fanny would actually pop up here in this last game, this last matchup between these 2 amazing teams, I would say. Freya gets banned out, Baxia also gets banned out. It is looking like they might be setting up for yet another assassin jungle matchup.
Did they ban Baxia out in game 1? I don't think so, right? It's only like towards the latter half. So they only went onto that 3rd pick to ban it out. The fact that they're banning it out now, I feel like Galaxy Phoenix are already thinking about what Falcons are going to do to adapt.
That's possible. That's possible. The Bellerik gets banned though. Is that in accordance to what you're saying right now?
Not 100% just yet. I want to see this 3rd one just to be sure. Whether or not it's just we're changing up the order. Really, we already know what we want to ban and we know what we want to pick.
Okay, but in terms of bans for Teams Falcons, it's the exact same.
Hasn't changed at all.
Gwyn, Freya, Matilda banned out again. Last time they picked up the Marcel first. I'm wondering if they want to swap things around.
I think they can still do it because again, like we saw in the previous game, the mid duo, they were already going to war and they called in both their junglers at the exact same time. So it's moments like that where it's like, can you be a little bit more precise? Could you set up a better scenario? Can you win out that 2v2? And I think that's what GP is thinking about as they get rid of the Carmilla. Once again, just making sure that they cover their bases.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Galaxy that banned out the Carmilla in second phase. So the hero that they left open this time around is the Paquito. And I feel like the Paquito does really well against the Assassins, no?
It does. Magically, yes, it does. But Esmeralda is still available. So technically, counterplay is in play. It's just whether or not who's going to make that first move, right? If Marcel shows up here, then it's kind of whatever on the opposite side.
Okay. Let's see. It really depends on what this first pick coming in through from Team Falcons is going to be. And this time it's not as decisive. They're actually really thinking about it. Are they considering perhaps a different pick in game number 2?
I mean, could be.
There you go.
Esme, they give up on the Marcel very early on.
Do they want to give that up though?
That's the thing. The Marcel is a little dangerous here. As much as Esmeralda becomes this super tank, Marcel can peel people off of their main targets pretty well. And more importantly, he's just fast.
Absolutely. I think the next matchup here, are they going to once again prioritize the Claude? It was something that really worked out for them at the very end.
It could be the carry, it could be the Claude. But at the same time, now that I see Esmeralda, there's a smaller chance of actually going for the Harris. So that's kind of out of the way, which leaves us with 3 potential heroes. One of them, I think, might be a bit better than the others, which is the Moskov. Moskov is particularly good when when the junglers are playing assassins. You have a way not only to create distance, but actually push them away from you.
It makes sense if you want, more map control as well. But if they're going to be playing assassins, that could be of tremendous value, and you can utilize that to control the far lane.
You can split push and then eventually use your ult to join in on the fights.
But they don't bite.
It works both ways, but now with the Claude already locked in for the side of GP, because again, we know that GP are going to be the ones who are more likely to go for the assassins in comparison to Team Falcons.
So what's the setup now for Team Falcons?
Oh, I like this. I like the single target lockdowns. I like the high-lows a lot here.
So they learned.
They learned a little bit. I would have also preferred the Hilda. That would have been also a pretty good option. Moskov, they are thinking ahead. You know what? I should stop. I'm here doing checker moves. They're playing chess already.
Absolutely, yeah. The Moskov comes through here. It's something that we did discuss earlier on. Hylos as well. Considering now that Galaxy Phoenix are in a position where they might be unprepared when it comes down to an assassin pick. But for some reason, looking at this comp, can Paquito jungle work?
Paquito jungle, with the nerfs, I don't think so. I personally don't think so. He doesn't get any extra benefits going into the jungle. Yes, he'll have impact, but he also still is going to be a little slow to hit level 4 because of that clear speed. You're better off in the EXP where you're still going to be relevant, and better yet, I think that right now, it's not very clear what kind of composition either side want to actually play. The Alice, very good option here from GP. Dude, Ririth, his drafting has been crazy. He is calling the shots here. Can they go on the second phase? Do you think that they're actually looking for an option for mid lane that can scale? I'm thinking like Farsa Sicilian type nonsense.
Oh man, I mean Renmar did mention the Sicilian, but if we want to go like a lot simpler, we can go for something like the Kimmy.
Kimmy?
Like Kimmy does also scale, right?
All right. If we see here on Red 4 that GP decide to get an assassin, hey, that's not the only assassin, nothing to worry about. There's still the Hayabusas, there's still the Hellcurts, there's still the Hanzos still available. Oh man, you know what? The fun ones got banned out as well. Ling on the opposite side is the response.
That's why I saw the Fanny being banned out and then the Ling response. There is still space for, the Hirara, the Nolan as well. It's something that we're more, accustomed to when it came down to MWI. The Yeve gets banned. Why Yeve? I mean, they're up against the Claude anyway. I would have thought that they would be okay having the Yeve on the other side.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought too. That's actually kind of interesting. Why get rid of the Yeve at this point? Do they want to make sure that maybe they lean into a potential Valentina, and the Yeve, is just a really tough lane matchup, and they don't want to lose the early game?
Or do you think it's Alice in the jungle?
Alice in the jungle? I mean, that's old stuff, but it might not be the worst here. At the same time, we see that Zushin is getting banned out on the opposite end. Yep, very, very intelligent bans here from either side as we now see GP on the most important pick.
So perhaps they were just setting up for the Jushin pick.
That's what I was thinking of, right? I was
Yeah.
like, at some point, Jushin has to be entered in before we even start thinking about Sicilian and Farsa.
Yeah, that's why they banned out the Yeve. They just wanted to signal that, hey, we might be picking up the Jushin, and of course the Jushin against the Yeve in the lane doesn't do as well in terms of range and of course as in terms of clear. So as we get into the second phase of the drafts, this is where things are really going to just span down.
Because they basically have a mirror splitting image of the exact roles on either side, right? It's not, hey, I'm going to give you a new question. It is, this is what I'm going to do. And the opposite side said, you know what? We're going to do the same. And Selena gets locked in as the dedicated mid laner. It could go into the jungle, to be fair, but it seems very unlikely.
It is. And this means that perhaps we're going to be seeing something less exciting in the jungle. Could we be, is it possible to have Assassin in the jungle and Assassin in mid?
Assassin in the jungle, sure. Assassin in mid, I think there's got to be a very clear setup, right? There has to be I need vision so I can do this. And if you have that vision, I think the only one that makes sense would technically be the Hanzo, because he's the only one who can just walk in single-handedly, steal a camp, and then get out. But I want to see what Falcons want to respond, because looking at the Selena, what could be going through their minds? And Yi Shin gets locked in here, alongside with the Gore to deal with a potential secondary tank.
Okay, so they have like the bases covered, right? They have a really strong mid laner, heavy burst as well, a lot of high damage. I'm really worried about the front lines coming in from Team Falcons and whether or not Galaxy have enough damage to deal with them right now. What is their choice? Suyo against the Gord and the Esme.
Interesting. This is a high-risk comp coming out of GP. They understand, I think we got better mechanics and we're going to out-mechanic them. And I think that Falcons, they got to prove them wrong here. If they play a solid, standardized game, they will inevitably win the longer this game goes.
And technically with the Marcel and the Selena, if they can go for heavy invades into the enemy jungle, it could just work out.
Well, the team comps matched up before, and it went to the way of Galaxy Phoenix. This time around, Team Falcons tries to play around Galaxy Phoenix. Will it pay off? Well, let's find out. It's game number 2. The two Titans face off once again. Miriko, Athena, take it away.
Here we go into the land of dawn for possibly the final game of the day. At least that's what Galaxy Phoenix wants. For Falcons MENA, they're going to prolong the series all the way to 3 games, 1 each. Now, it's all about speed when we look at the composition coming in from Galaxy Phoenix. The Suyo, clearing fast in the jungle, together with the Season Hunter Selena. We have to take a look at the emblems later on. If it is a Season Hunter Selena, that means it's all about getting tempo, getting to the neutral objective first, and then blitzing it before Falcons MENA can even react.
Yep, it's all about snowballing here for GXP, and let's see if they will be able to do it. Because it turns out when it comes to our drafts earlier, it was quite surprising. Okay, now we confirm it with Galaxy Phoenix emblem builds here for the Selena.
Yep, the Season Hunter on the Selena. This is classic. Usually you would use a Uranus in the XP or even a Paquito. Someone that can cut, someone that can clear really fast. Almost a take there from Lemma. Delays Nana by quite a bit, and this certainly will give Fa a bit more of an advantage to play with.
Definitely. So GXP is now playing right to their strengths, making the game faster. It's now all about Nucci being forced out of her Revitalize, but it's okay. It's now for Falcons MENA. They just have to be really careful into giving those numbers rolling in for Galaxy Phoenix.
Yeah. Falcons MENA really want to try to match that speed that Galaxy Phoenix are playing with. Thing is though, they just don't have the composition to do so.
They don't.
I think at this point they have to just give away some of that pressure. Nocturne's already rotated though. Get out the flicker, Mountain Shocker up.
Okay,
that's a big resource spent.
That is. Imagine, just to try and prevent the inevitable here from happening from Lemma. Although the flicker was actually used here. So might as well for Falcons MENA. Small wins do matter, small steps ahead of them before they actually try and contest this neutral objective. Now, talking about the speed of the game for GXP, if they are not able to actually capitalize on their snowballing potential, I think that might be one of the cons of what they wanted to do here for game number 2.
So let's see it. Level 4 already. They go for the gank on Nocturne. Nucci.
Okay, Nucci trying to hold over onto Fa. Syrinx with a successful first blood and Mystic Gush right on her face. Link tried to run away. Also, the flicker force out. That is numerous advantages for Falcons MENA. But Sophia and Lemma just goes on ahead of it, eliminating Junker altogether. Ling falling in with Crimson Gleam. They're keeping it watch here. Neutral objective should be covered now. Fa right on cue will be secured. That one, and Sophia going wild onto the front line. getting just enough of the damage to take down Nucci in the process. Nocturne fighting onto 3 women here from GXP, and she's taking most of those damages, but still not enough to sustain. Numerous team fights. GXP actually turned the tides into their favor on that one.
All in. Golden Hour. Lemma gets away. Nana's caught in the bad spot.
Okay, she's trying to run away as fast as she could, and that might be the end for now of that very colorful fight.
It looks so good for Falcons MENA. Just for a second, you thought Galaxy Phoenix's composition, their main win condition, got derailed so early on with Fa taken down up top. But then, a monstrous arrow. Clinical, crazy accuracy by Sophia. Back to back to back, landing on these crucial targets. And she becomes the assassin. It almost seems like Fa on the Suyo becomes a bit more of a distraction, just to open up for the real carry, who's the assassin in mid, Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia, the first one that we saw a very spectacular Selena play today. Although we've seen that play out onto Simi as well earlier for Team Vitality. But so far, for her accuracy rate, it's all over on the roof here for GXP. Now for Falcons MENA. We've mentioned that they also have to kind of derail EXP, but also not just derail, but also have to choke them out and compromise their own jungling pattern, because it looks like they're the ones copying or ones just reacting to what Sophia and Lemma is trying to do. Now we see Nana slowly making her way, delaying some of those jungle camps to just try and delay things up here for Fa.
One thing that you have to notice as well is the fact that with the Soul Sever getting nerfed in this patch, it's going to be very difficult for Fa to actually look for that damage.
Okay.
Ling?
Okay, they may just be able to compensate that if ever they're all together right now. SOD will hit out, and Names goes in. That's too predictable here for Lemma, but at least for Nucci, they still got the kill. Sophia going in hot. Kinda heavy position here for GXP. They have to disengage, and that is exactly what they will do. Looks like it's going to be a free turtle here for Falcons MENA.
It comes through names and also Syrinx being able to just shred through these frontliners. Link's not nearly tanky enough to deal with all of this damage.
Yep.
It's a very, very good mix of magic and physical. Winnie, though, was able to get a couple of hits down below and now is starting to go on names. Wave not in the place for them to dive.
Okay.
But Fa might just want to go for it.
It's all about making it easier for Fa. If Fa isn't able to do it, there are other members that could compensate for the lack of damage so far because of the nerf from Fa.
There should be a turret takedown below. It should also be an invade. It does seem like for both junglers, they're just going to trade sides of the map right now. Nana going up top to the Beetle. Ling is playing it safe though. Doesn't decide to blink. It will be turret for turret. Abyssal Arrow doesn't land. Fa.
Oh, that's two ultimates onto the middle lane committed without any equal exchange at all from GXP. Although they've got a turtle onto the top lane, I think GXP still got the most out of it. Denial of the buff, turret onto the bottom side, plus they forced out multiple ultis here from Falcons MENA.
So now it's back to the slow game. And if you're thinking about the slow game, it really should be beneficial for Falcons MENA. They have a very good composition to scale into the late game. The Moskov, Gord, Yisun, Shin, heck, even the Esmeralda, all will find a lot of value. But then you look at GXP and the fact that they can split things up a lot as well, right? It comes down to delaying these skirmishes with the Marcel, making it awkward, and then landing the crucial arrows to possibly turn things around. It is a very, very difficult lineup to pull off, but if Galaxy Phoenix does it, that's insane momentum and morale boost to take into the knockout stage.
They are really used to high mechanical players here, or high mechanical skills as well. And Fa will get that opening. What a wild play here for GXP. And Ling with a Torn of Roman hitting onto two members. Names trying to go for the free hits, but the damage just isn't there yet. Lemma on the other hand will be the sacrifice. Instead, that's two members for one, but GXP still have the chance to overturn that. Winnie right on cue with a PMI, but there is Nocturne just right in the corner, taking advantage of the chaos as well, and Fa onto the front with the evil cooler, and the narrow will just hit or just miss at all here for GXP.
And it's the combo of the Marcel and the Selena as well. The Golden Hour locks them in place. The artillery gets locked from the Golden Hour too, and it just auto-connects on the members you see. Again, very difficult composition to pull off, but so far they've done a fantastic job at executing it. Up top now, they send the Claude. Winnie trying to go for the siege, as Nocturne has to respect it.
Okay.
Galaxy Phoenix, they have enough damage to deal with the frontliners, and they have enough sustain to deal with Falcons MENA's damage dealers as well.
This is actually good for GXP. Although we mentioned that this is something they're really difficult to pull off, they're also were able to pull off the macro side of things as well. Controlling the map, preventing names with actually annihilating the rest of them, and giving Winnie all the winning lanes here. SOD would miss out here onto Winnie. Very close call there for Galaxy Phoenix. Now they rearrange, they regroup as well. Really taking their time here as Nucci gets falling into the mid lane. Syrinx with the Mystic Gush of Winnie. Going in head-to-head on her with a blazing duet, all connecting. Onto mid lane here for Falcons MENA. Now onto mid lane, it's Fao going wild. Ling as well,
Sophia
dodging and sustaining all those damages as well. Sophia still alive and kicking, hitting on those arrow marks. Fao with a double kill. Now that's how they play. That's how hard they go against Falcons MENA.
The back and forth is beautiful by Galaxy Phoenix. Falcons MENA, they always are in awe of what's happening, of what's hitting them right now. They're confused, left in confusion every single time. They think it's just going to be a clean front to back where they've already gotten the sustain, where they already have the CC locked down on some of these members. But then Galaxy Phoenix, they utilize this composition not in a way where it's just arrows coming in, clean up attempts as well, but also them outmaneuvering Falcons MENA. You see the all-in happen here with the Glorious Pathway and the Mystic Gush, but then you see just how many of these resources are used to perfection. The golden hour to delay. The rest of the team utilizing those mobility skills to get out of harm's way and then to re-engage when it's all safe, when it's okay, when there are layers of frontliners coming in, and you get to see that final blade surge. Now Nucci again getting desperate. Popping the Glorious Pathway early. Up top, it's a good lane. Throw to ruin!
Okay, that's 4 members caught again here. But Lemma and Ling Fa with a mega kill. Immediate takedown onto the jungler. Now for the double.
Wow.
Lemma onto Syrinx, hot on her tail.
Lemma!
Even with the flicker as well. Needs for the free hit. Now they go for the trade. But I think that won't be enough of an answer against GXP as Fa secures a triple kill. Now it's Names all alone here on the bottom side. Fa and Ling targeting her. And that is going to be a last hit for Sophia. 4 members are actually a wipeout against Falcons MENA by GXP.
Even when the arrows don't land, it plays such a crucial role in these team fights. Sophia with an arrow that didn't land but forced the step away from Names. She had to take that blade surge to the face and then the Purify desperately to try to get away. GXP are playing one hell of a game of MLBB. 5,700 gold lead. A Lord up top pushing in as well. And all this while, they've been able to get these turrets down before. It's a Holy Shield down below. Look at the items. They've been able to get so much, and Fa has a Sky Piercer. I believe it was 60 stacks earlier. This is massive for someone who died so early on before Turtle 1 to get 60 stacks. After a Sky Piercer, you usually start feeding.
Oh my gosh, it's all about the QSG as well from the arrows from Sophia that made it easier for Fa to actually come back from the first blood suddenly from Falcons MENA. Plus, it creates a lot of space interruptions against Falcons MENA, which is what they're exactly doing. And now its Names being targeted. Holy shields pop up. Another arrow right onto the face and a follow of the torture throw in here for Ling. There's going to be a golden R. Okay, frozen on the moment is Syrinx. So with the Mystic Gush, they tried to find an answer and they find it on the body of Ling. But still GXP, they were able to pop off Holy Shields, able to destroy a base turret. And now they're eyeing out a possible or a potential kill. But still for Falcons MENA, they're trying to force their way in against Winnie. With a blazing duet, now he's going back up again. And Nocturne onto the front line. It's not enough to sustain at all as Fab gets an opening with a mega kill following up for a moment as well. What a chase down here. It's 2 members down here, but Nana gets a shutdown kill. And GXP, what a play here.
80 stacks on the board. She's fully stacked up. There was a shutdown over to Sophia, but GXP got the base turret in the far lane. They won't even have to send anybody over down below to set up that slow push anymore. So it's all about playing it calm now. I know they've thrived on playing it chaotic, on just going for these chaotic brawls, but it's time for them to slow things down as they wait for the Lord to spawn. 30 seconds on the clock. The wave in the bottom lane will be slow pushing. It's all about taking prio in mid and top and then forcing Falcons MENA to react, either by sending someone bot or by completely giving the Lord over to GXP.
This is how they set their name high here on MWI. They may be tagged as newcomers, but with the way that they move...
Oh my god, that arrow landed. It was just the Traceless that saved her.
Okay, that is multiple dangers up ahead here for Falcons MENA. I think if they want to contest this Lord, they have to cross over onto Sophia, which in fact will land another arrow in the trap, and Fa yet again, incoming attack, and Ling with a drone of ruin Fa, targeting names. Okay, there's going to be a mini stun here for Falcons MENA. Sir Ranks with a mystic dodge, but she will be caught yet again here by Ling. Nocturne cannot sustain the 5 members attacking them continuously from Galaxy Phoenix. Another arrow in the face of Nana. Fa with a finishing move, double kill as well. Sophia might fall down, but still for Galaxy Phoenix, that is a huge win advantage. That is a huge kill advantage. And now they're slowly making their way onto the base. Mid lane base turret being targeted. It's going to be a Glarus pathway to try to link things up here against GXP, but no. It might be the end as Fa closely survives. No, Sir Ranks and Names getting a name out of Ling and Winnie. Still defending for their life here against GXP.
And they get 3 base turrets already. Everything stripped down to the crystal. I know I said to play safe. I said to play safe. I said to play it slow. You know what? Screw that. Just do your thing, man. Galaxy Phoenix, they like it fast. They want to go in. They want to just look for those chaotic duels. And it's facilitated through Sophia landing these arrows. It's just ridiculous how disgustingly accurate Sophia's been on those arrows. Finding these angles that makes it so difficult for Falcons MENA to react to. Another arrow again just lands on Nocturne. I'm surprised she doesn't have Wishing Lantern at this point. It's a poking tool. It's like you're playing Navaria. It's like you have an Astral Echo place on all of them. The hitbox is doubled whenever Sophia's on the Selena.
That will be the cherry on top if ever she plans to build up the Wishing Lantern at this point. Because now for GXP, they got a Lord. They've got most of the turrets out of the way. Now they just have to find a very good setup, which so far they have been landing onto the body of Ling, and with the use of Lemma as well with the golden hour. Not to mention, if you manage to dodge those critical ultimates, the arrow will still hit you just on cue. I just mentioned this one, and it happened right before the Lord responds. Okay, Lemma might have been too early onto that fight.
Okay, that was an overheat for sure.
Yep.
Okay, maybe now they need to play it slow because they got the Lord, they got everything, but they still have to respect the fact that Falcons MENA have a good scaling composition. If they're able to prolong this game even further, they might be able to contest the Lord. You can already see that clear with the Gord, Easton, Shin, and Moskov. This Lord is gone straight up. You need all 5 of your members with the arrows landing. Remember, if these arrows just land inside of the base, they can just walk back to their fountain, get all their HP back, and then reset all over again. That certainly has delayed things for GXP, and it's given Falcons MENA a second win.
It's all about stretching out the game here for Falcons MENA. For GXP, yeah, you are dominating, but there is still the wave clear present, and heroes for Falcons Vega, or Falcons MENA rather, that is slowly catching up.
Speaking of stacks, 37 on that Thunderbell, 56 on the Sky Piercer, so we see how that has impacted GXP, how it's given Falcons MENA a bit more chance in this game. It's no longer 80, so they won't start disappearing from the map whenever they get low.
It's all about maintaining a low profile for now for Falcons MENA. But still, you can't keep a low profile as there's someone always attacking and giving the vision here, which is Sophia from Galaxy Phoenix. Now, they might not force out a team fight just yet. More on the macro side of things is Galaxy Phoenix needs to focus on...
Look at Fa.
Okay, Fa and Lemma. has other
Oh
things
my
in mind.
God.
No.
They don't want to wait for the
Okay.
more. They want to go in.
Okay, Golden Arc caught all the 3 members here. Sir Rings being caught here by Ling, and a follow of Throne of Ruin as well. Far with the last hit. It's going in with the Blazing Duet with Winnie. Frozen Moment as well. Double kill. That's 2 members down. Now it's 3 members left to defend for their base, but no! They still get it. Far with the triple kill. Galaxy Phoenix just got hit. This might be the winning goal, winning moment that they need. 5 members still up, and it's only Nocturne left, and this is it. Galaxy Phoenix ensures the 2-0.
A maniac for Fa. Delayed Savage, or rather a denied Savage by Nocturne, but it don't matter. Galaxy Phoenix are able to get the job done with a clean sweep. A statement victory to send them into top 8. And perhaps a declaration of war with this composition. A statement for sure. A win with one of the craziest, one of the toughest compositions to pull off, and they pulled it